This is Max Mathematics class, and in today's class you will learn the inverse of this function in just 4 simple steps. Let's get started. Solution. Now, the first step is for us to recall that y is equals to f of x and x is equals to inverse of y. Step 2. Recall again that since we now know that y is equals to f of x, we can now have the new function as y equal to x plus 5 over x minus 3. Now, in our step 2, we are going to make x the subject of the formula so that we can also make this one y over 1, and then we will now clear the fractions. By clearing the fraction, we are going to use this denominator to multiply this numerator here. So we now have y times x minus 3, and this will be equal to this one to multiply this will give us 1 times x plus 5. So the next thing is for us to remove the brackets so that we have y times x will give us xy minus 3 times y will give us minus 3y. And this will be equal to 1 times x will give us x, and 1 times plus 5 will give us plus 5. So the next thing is for us to collect the like terms in terms of x, since our focus is to make x the subject of the formula. So we now have xy. This x in the right hand side will move it to the left hand side, become minus x, and this will be equal to minus 3y in the left hand side, will move it to the right to become plus 3y plus 5. That is already there. So after this, we can now factorize this in terms of x. So we now have x, because if you check here, x is common. So x to divide xy, we are left with y, and x to divide minus x will give us minus 1. So this will be equal to 3y plus 5. The next thing is for us to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is y minus 1. So we are going to divide here by y minus 1, and then here also by y minus 1. This cancel out this. We are now left with x to be equals to 3y plus 5 over y minus 1. We are done with step 2. In step 2, we simply make x the subject of the formula. So we move to step 3. In our step 3, we are going to recall that x is the same thing as inverse of y. So we are going to substitute x with the inverse of y. So we now have inverse of y to be equals to 3y plus 5 over y minus 1. Now, you can see that it is y we have in the left hand side of the equation. That is why we have the inverse of y here. But that is not what we are looking for. What we are looking for is inverse of x. What we need to do here is for us to remove y and replace it with x in this function. So the new function will become inverse of, we remove this y and put x there and substitute for x. Then here also we substitute for x plus 5 over x minus 1. So this is how we will get inverse of x in just 4 steps. So step 1. Step 1 is for us to establish this. Step 2 is for us to make x the subject of the formula from here down. Then step 3 is for us to substitute for x with inverse of y. Step 4 is for us to substitute for y in the function. So that will automatically give us the inverse of x we are looking for. Thank you for watching this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel.